Alright guys, so today I'm going to be changing out the supercharger coupler and putting new oil in on the supercharger. So pretty much all you do is you want to drain the oil first. There's a fill, what's that? Yeah, right here. Right here, I know it's hard to see. There we go. Yeah, use your Allen head or Allen wrench, get that out. Use a spray bottle, or you can use a little hand pump and pump the old oil out. Me, I'm just going to pull it and go dump it upside down and let it drain out. Then once all the oil's out, you just have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 bolts total. They're 13 millimeter or a ½ inch. I use 13 millimeter 6-point socket. Works fine. Okay, so you pull all these bolts out and then separate the snout from the rotor pack assembly plate, which is pretty easy once the bolts are out. And then that way you can pull off the old coupler, put the new coupler on. It goes on really easy, it's simple, doesn't take very long. And then before I put it in, I'm going to spray it out with brake cleaner just to clean it all out, get all the shit out of there. And then get it all back together, sealed up with some anorectic grease or whatever. Last time I just used RTV on my other one. It worked fine, didn't leak any, it's sealed, works great. So I'm probably just going to use black RTV because that's what I have, or red, whatever it is. It's the high temp. But I'm going to get it back together, and then you can fill it up with oil, put your plug back in, it's good to go. So I'm going to pull this plug and drain this oil, and I'll come back to you when I'm there. Alright guys, so I've got the drain plug out. Be advised, this does smell like horrible ass and rotten eggs, and I don't even know how to describe it, but this smells horrible, and it will stay in your clothes or in the carpet of your vehicle for months. So I don't know, use lots of rags or wear clothes that you don't mind fucking up, that you can throw away, because if this gets on your clothes, it will stink forever. It's like, once it's in there, there's no getting it out. Like, I got it in the trunk of my mom's car, and I had to cut half the carpet out in the trunk just to get rid of the smell, and it still kind of smells like it, and that was like 1.5 years ago. So yeah, just be advised, this old used oil stinks horrible. Alright, so I got all the bolts out. I just kind of took them out and laid them out the same way. This bolt starts here, and I just work my way around, also, the drain plug is the same size Allen as supercharger pulley bolts, if you have the modular hub. Alright, so the last time I did this, pretty much all I did was took my hammer and just tapped it like right here on this lip, not super hard, but right here and right here, and just kind of give it a couple taps and tap the sides a couple times, and it'll loosen this up. Because if you pull this whole piece off, both see this crack between the two, if you can see it, but there's a line right here, and that separates the snout from the rotor pack assembly, and then the rotor pack assembly goes into the housing itself. So we don't really need to take off the rotor pack assembly, but I'm probably going to anyways, because I have some snout bearing grease, or needle bearing grease, and so I'm going to put some new grease back in the needle bearings, and then get it all back together with the RTV, and sink sealed back up, get the new oil in, get the plug back in, and go from there. So I'll keep y'all updated. Okay, so here's a good example. See, like I started tapping on it with the hammer right here, and it's separating the rotor packs from the housing, but it's also starting to separate the snout from the rotor packs also. So you just got to be really gentle, because you don't want to really score up or, you know, mess with the rotor packs. You want to be very delicate and gentle with them. You don't want to mess them up at all. They do have a coating on them for the heat resistance. And so, but yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that, how they do come apart. So I'll keep you guys updated. Alright, see, now I was able to get a screwdriver in here, kind of pry it apart a little bit, work your way around. Kind of hard to hold the camera and do this at the same time because I don't want to drop the snout. So you want to be very delicate. Ooh. Yeah, so you don't want the rotor packs to come all the way out. Oh, just about there. Alright, let me set you guys down for just a quick second. See what I'm doing? Sorry guys. So there's the snout. Set this aside. Here is the coupler. It's a new coupler. This one's trash. It smells horrible. Really, I'm going to spray this out. There's the rotor packs. Not too bad in there. Let's see if I can. Looks like there's a lot of gunk in there. It's pretty nasty. Probably gonna spray this out with brake cleaner. Just clean it up. And there's the needle bearings right there. That's where the ends of the rotor packs sit. So I'm gonna make sure to grease those up really well after I clean all this gunk out of here. And I'll keep you guys updated and let you know how it goes. Alright, so I've got the snout all cleaned up. I've got the case all cleaned up on the inside. I just sprayed it out with brake cleaner. I know it's not the best, but it's pretty good. And I got the rotor pack piece all sprayed out and cleaned up. I didn't clean up the rotor packs because I don't want to damage the Teflon coating, so I'm just not going to mess with them. And I'm just going to put new grease in the needle bearings, which I got right here. So it's pretty easy. Take your cap off, and you don't want to get this stuff on your hands. Alright. Wonder how much I got left in here. Oh. So just put a nice little dab in each one. Alright. Now, put the lid back on. And ZZP sold out of this right now, and I bought it like a year ago whenever I rebuilt the first Supercharger. I still had some left, so it's a good thing I bought it. Alright. That's not wanting to seat all the way. I might have put a little bit too much needle bearing grease, but that's right, I'll get it in there. Just gotta work it a bit at a time. Be easy. It's popping out. Alright, hold on. Let me set this back up. If it'll even hold it. Okay. Rotor pack's pretty much seated. So now, with that being on, now comes the snout. So, it's got these 3 pins. It's got to go into these 3 holes. So you just have to take, line these up. Like so. I got there too. Next, 2 up. Next 2 up. And the last 2. Should be good. I don't know how much of that you've seen. And then, the last step, just get, it's going to take pretty much 2 bottles. There's the lid. I get my knife. Alright, let me set you down again. Alright, well, it's open. Screw this on. Make sure it's on tight. Take this, put it in the hole, and squeeze. One more. Yeah, the new oil doesn't stink super horrible like the old oil, so you only have to worry about the old oil. So it came with another one, but I'm just gonna reuse this one so I don't have to cut the other one open. Oh. Oh, alright, she's full. She overflowed. So now, take our drain plug, put her back in there. Grab this rag. Sorry, everyone. Spilled some oil. ran out of brake cleaner, I would just spray it with more brake cleaner, but make sure it's nice and snug. Alright. Nice. And there we go. Just like that. I've now completed the Supercharger rebuild pretty much. I mean, I could have went a lot further than what I did, but there's no need. It's really all you gotta do. Alright, so guys, well, it's all back together. Looking good. Oh, I forgot one thing. This piece, which goes down here. And this one wraps around and goes over here. And this one goes back here to the map sensor. Bam. Alright. That's pretty much how it's going to be on the car. So, now it's nice and rebuilt. Ain't got to worry about nothing. That's nice. That's really nice. Smooth. No play at all. So, that's how it's going to be. GG Performance. That's how it's going to be on the Grand Am. So, I'm excited. Just wanted to give you a little update. In case you're doing this, wanting to do this to your car. Rebuild your Supercharger. Or even like the first one, the one that's on the red Grand Prix right now. I got from the salvage yard for 50 bucks. It had been in an engine fire. I did the same thing. I bought the Supercharger, the intake, the heads, the fuel rail, the motor mount bracket that bolts onto the head right here, the holds the coil packs, bought the crank pulley. Like I bought everything, and then took a engine with 335,000 miles on it, a Series 2 block, NA, out of a 97 or a 99 Pontiac Grand Prix, and pulled it all apart, cleaned everything up, painted the block black, rebuilt the Supercharger the same way I did this one, except I did clean all the soot and shit out of it with a wire brush. But I sprayed off the rotor packs with brake cleaner, just like I sprayed this one out. And I got everything looking nice and clean. Did the same thing. Painted, except I painted the whole thing red, even the bolts. And I wish I wouldn't have done that. I wish I would have done it more clean like this one. But it's alright. I like it. But yeah, like that one, I completely rebuilt it from the salvage yard. and I probably could have spent less money and just bought the whole engine, but I bought everything a little piece at a time. And then, oh yeah, I bought this bracket, and I got the full engine wire harness out of another one, because that one was completely melted. The fuel injectors were melted, like everything. This thing was melted, this all was melted, like everything under the hood was melted pretty much. And even the supercharger was super charred and nasty, but it cleaned up and it works. It makes power, it builds boost, so I'm happy with it. This is the original one off the car that chipped the piston. And I'm just kind of rebuilding this one with another engine block. That's good. And it's going in the Grand Dam, so hopefully I can get that going together soon. I've got to find either a standard Grand Dam, because I need the pedal assembly, I need the shifter assembly, the shifter cable, a few other bits, the axles, the motor mounts and transmission mounts, the subframe. I need a Cavalier 5-speed transmission. I need the clutch and flywheel off of a F-body standard vehicle. And then Gage is going to help me with the wiring to adapt the Grand Dam harness to the 3800, because that's how his supercharged 3800 Grand Dam is wired up with the Cavalier 5-speed. And so he pretty much got me a whole parts list, and he's helping me out big time here. And it changed my whole plans with the car, because I was planning on doing, like, keeping the original automatic 4-speed transmission that came in the Grand Dam with the 3.4. And I already have a 3800 torque converter in there that's a 3200 stall, which would have been perfect. It's out of a 4T65 EHD trans, and that would have been perfect for it. But evidently the Cavalier 5-speed transmissions are a lot stronger and can handle a lot more power, so I'm just going to go that way. And then that way it solves all the electronic shit. I don't have to worry about electronic shifting and torque converter clutch and all that shit. I can just, like, pretty much bypass the neutral safety switch, and as long as the car is in neutral, I mean, it'll start up. Even if it's in gear, if I bump the starter, it's gonna move. But you know, I keep it in neutral, it can fire up. And that's, I mean, I'd rather have a standard anyways over an automatic. So I'm on the hunt. If you know anyone that's got a Cavalier, like I think he said 95 to 2002 or 2003 5-speed Cavalier transmission, that's good, let me know. If you know anyone that's got a 2.2 standard 5-speed Grand Dam, like a 99 to 05, parting out, let me know. I'd possibly like to buy the whole car, depending on price. But yeah, I'm needing some parts for the Grand Dam build, so like, comment, subscribe, comment down in the, comment down below if you know anyone that's got any parts, or if you have parts or a whole parts car for sale, because I'm trying to get the Grand Dam going. It's been in storage for over a year with me working on it, and this is the second Supercharger engine I'm building for it, so I don't want to waste any more money or time than I have to. So I'm just trying to get this done so I can drive the car again. I miss driving it. And so if anybody knows anyone, or if you have anything for sale, let me know, and I really appreciate it. So like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned, and I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks for watching.